Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and today I'm going to be showing you all the different reverbs in the HELIX HX Stomp world. Every single reverb. Why would I do that? Well, because Line 6 just released. Well, they just announced that they're going to be releasing. They pre-released, you can go pre-order the new HX1. It's a new effect pedal. You get all of the effects inside the HELIX world. And I was thinking about it. One of the demographics I think this product is for people who are new to the Line 6 HELIX ecosystem, the new world of effects that HELIX provides. And so I remember when I was trying to decide if I wanted an HX Stomp, I really wanted somebody to just show me what the effects actually sounded like. And so that's what we're gonna do today. I picked reverb first because this is a worship channel and a lot of times we like reverb. And so you might be thinking, hey, do I want to invest in this unit to get all these amazing reverbs? And I would say $300 for the amount of reverb, stereo, beautiful, lush reverbness that is in the HELIX, it might be a good option for you. So let's just dive right in. Of course, before we get started, I want to let you know if you would like to support the channel and you are already a HELIX or Podgo user, I have my Expanse pack. It's right here. All of these presets are in the Expanse pack. What is the Expanse pack, Jimmy? Glad you asked. It is an ever-growing collection of presets that I use all the time. It's kind of like a subscription, but you just pay once and you get updates. So you only pay once, but you get free updates for life. And there will be a new update coming out really soon. So if you're interested in that, want to support the channel, check that out. I also have some free downloads for you called my Tone Secrets Guide. You guys can go check that out. So instead of playing one of these, I'm gonna go to a new preset and just pick a clean amp. I really like the Jazz Rivet 120. And I will pick an IR. That is one of my own IRs. I've really been liking the Spencer. Let's dial this in kind of bright. All right, so this is our bass tone. Nice, clean amp. I love it. All right, let's just do it. Hop right in. We'll just go down the list. We're gonna do stereo reverbs because why not? And like I said, we'll just go down the list. And the first one's the Dynamic Hall, and it's a good place to start because I absolutely love this reverb, and I love how it's dialed in as soon as you pull it in. Like it's like I like it. That is a beautiful sounding reverb. I like this one because the decay is notated in seconds. So that decayed for about 4 seconds. And look how far it goes. You can do infinity, okay? I mean, let's see what infinity does. That's another reason I like this reverb is because even though it decays, it can be it sits under your tone really well. Like I said, I like to just bring it in stock, but if I wanted to change some things, I would always make sure my trails are on. Trails, if you don't know, if it's on, the trails are on. When you cut the reverb off, it'll still continue to trail on. I like this one because you can change the room size, the diffusion, even the dampening. You can take that off and it get brighter. All right, so now let's compare that to the dynamic plate at stock settings. We can see here the decay is at 2 seconds, so let's just go ahead and bring that up to 4. And the mix is further down than the other one was. Dynamic room. One of the things I like to do with room reverbs is bring the pre-delay up a good bit, bring down the decay, and bring up the mix, and you can get kind of like a slapback feel. It also has some early reflections, which, I mean, early reflections is like what the microphone would pick up in the room. But with a reverb like this, it's already reverb. I don't know what that would add. Let me go back to the stock settings. It's kind of a feel thing. It adds a little bit of that slapback feel to it to make it feel like it's just right there. Dynamic ambience. A lot of us worship folk saw the word ambience and we're like, sweet, another ambient reverb. But that's not what this is. This is more like ambience in a room, kind of like that early reflection. Some people don't like a lot of reverb. I mean, sometimes I don't like a lot of reverb, and this just gives you the feel, just a little kiss, a little touch of reverb. A lot of times when I'm dialing in amps and IRs and overdrives, I like to use the dynamic ambience just to give me a little taste without too much. You can also change the room size. All right, the shimmer. Let's see what that sounds like, stock setting. So that's the sheen. Let's go ahead and change it to luster. Let me turn the mix up so we can actually hear what's going on. Kind of has this movement to it. They're a little different. You can also change the pitches. So I like to, a lot of times I'll just put this at like, well that's, you can do an octave up and octave down. Or just put them both up. The decay is way down here, so it can be super ambient. You can bring down the mix so it's not so in your face. It's already a big room size. The dampening would control how much of that you hear. I'm going to bring that down a good bit. We'll diffuse it all the way so it kind of is diffusing those particles that you hear. And we'll leave all that the same. Let's see what that sounds like. I would probably partner that with another reverb, like the dynamic hall, a nice thick dynamic hall, and run it into it. Next are the hot springs. Now I know this one happens to take up a lot of DSP, and some of the other ones do too. The lowest DSP is the Glitz and the Ganam. I know that because sometimes you build a big preset and you go to the reverb and they're all blacked out, except usually those are the last two. And I think the Glitz is the smallest amount of DSP because sometimes I've seen the Ganam blacked out or grayed out and the Glitz remains. But here's the hot springs. I like that one at the factory setting too. It just sounds great. The Glitz reverb. The Ganam. That's a good reverb. I could play that all day. Super ambient. Love it. It's nice and warm, but it feels real. It doesn't feel too artificial, but you feel like you're just floating in space, which I think Ganymede is a planet or a star or something. I looked it up a couple years ago. Searchlights. Pretty cool. The plateau. So what this has is it has these different pitch parameters, 2 extra pitch parameters that you can adjust. So like if you want you want to like dial in your own shimmer, you can do that here. So we'll go 24, which is 2 octaves up. Pitch 2 will go up 12. So we have some up. We'll dial in thick reverb. Just a little pre-delay and some thicker delay. You can also do like a sub octave, bring it down. And let's just do it deep. And then we have double tank. A lot of modulation. It's not even up that high, and I can hear a bunch of it. Sounded better at the stock setting. And those are the Helix reverb. We do also have a bunch of legacy reverbs. I'll just go through a couple of them. Plate. Just a not as good, I'll say, of the version of the dynamic plate. But I will say I use this room a lot because it saves on DSP. It's not as much as the dynamic room. I will put this mix up kind of high sometimes, bring the decay down like I did the other room, bring the pre-delay up, and just have, if I want that effect, like a nice slap back effect. And then I can put, and sometimes bring the mix down, but then I can put my dynamic reverb on top of that, the dynamic hall. But yeah, the room. The chamber, I don't use this one often. This is pretty nice though. Echo, tile, kind of like the dynamic ambience. Cave. Ducking, which stays out of the way until you get done playing. You can hear it swell in after that. It's almost as if when I'm playing, there's hardly any reverb there at all. That's what ducking does, and then it brings it in. And the Octo, which is another shimmer. I used to have this in my Verbzilla way back in the day, my first reverb ever. And that's back when the Strymon Blue Sky came out, is when I had the Verbzilla. And I was trying to recreate those nice ambient shimmer sounds from the Strymon, and this just couldn't do it. I didn't like it at all. It just sounded too fake. 63 Spring. Good sound. Spring. Has more drip. Particle verb. Stable, critical, and hazard. That is weird. All right, that's it as far as the reverb sounds. If you like more sounds, like if you want me to go through any of the modulation or delays, if this was helpful, let me know down in the comments. Like the video if you actually did like it. It helps the YouTube algorithm, I guess. Whatever. Anyways, let me know down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.